to celebrate Christmas a little early this year. We're going to do this little girl here. And thank you for the cake decorating company that are doing this live with us, and to Magicolor, which are also with us here, and also prepared some gifts for all the nice people that are sitting here with me. And we're here also for you, of course. If you have any questions whatsoever about what I'm doing, or even about something else that you want to ask me, you're more than welcome to ask, and I'll try to answer while I'm... What happened? I'll try to answer while I'm doing this demonstration for you. So first of all, I want to say L'chaim for everybody. Cheers to
Cheers.
you. Cheers. Yeah, we have a crowd here, if you can see, that came to celebrate with us today. So, hi everybody.
Hi.
Hi. And let's start. Okay. So, we also have a baby here with us today, so if you hear his noises, just enjoy it, like I do. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to do, is show you how to work with this silicone mold kit that will help you to create this little doll here, or any kind of figure that you want, very easily. Okay, so I'll start by showing you the things that have to be prepared ahead, because it has to get a little bit dry. So what I already did here are the legs and the shoes, which I prefer doing it ahead so it will be dry and I can continue working on it. So the way to do the legs, it's not green just because the lady is green, it's I forgot, black. How do you call it when it's like socks? I don't know. Stockings, yeah. These are her stockings. But I'll show you how to do it. In the kit, you have the legs mold and you have the shoe mold. All you have to do with the shoe is just fill it with sugar paste and put it in the freezer for a few minutes. And then when you take it out, you just fold the mold, like all of our molds. All you have to do is just fold it and it will pop out really easy. Okay, so you start by doing the legs, and then you continue doing the legs. I'm taking some sugar paste. Here I have these. Okay, I'm taking some sugar paste, making a ball, and rolling it into a sausage, which is about the length of the leg. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact, but it has to be about the length of the leg. And then I'm taking my dowel and putting it all the way in through the sugar paste. Now, normally the problem we have when we are modeling legs is that after we do all the nice shape, when we put the dowel inside, it misshapes and it gets a little not really nice. So the idea here is that you put it before, it doesn't really matter if it misshapes, and then we put it in the mold. Okay? So we start by doing the first leg. We open, as you can see, this is a mold which is a little closed, so we get all the leg. So what we do, we just open the leg that we want. We just open it. Don't be afraid. Nothing will happen to it. Okay? You can fold it as much as you want. Nothing will happen. So you just open it. Take a little bit of vegetable fat and put it, you see, Romy? A little bit of margarine, and just do it like this. Normally, I don't need anything in the mold, but because this is going to go in the freezer, I prefer putting some vegetable fat so it will not get stuck with all the humidity in the freezer. So after I open it, you can see these little holes here, which is the right place for the dowel. Okay? So I open the mold and put the dowel in the slots there and let it close over the sugar paste. Okay? Now, if I took too much sugar, this might happen. It's a little bit too high, but it really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all, because as long as the sugar paste is still in the mold, nothing will happen to it. We can continue and playing with it as we want, and nothing will happen. I'll show you what I mean. First of all, I can still do it once it's in here. I can still press it in, or even take. I just fill all the mold, take my a real knife or a modeling tool knife and take out all the axes. You see what happened? You see this dowel here? Normally we'll have to make all the leg over again. But since it's still in the mold, we can just press it in. Nothing happens. We press it in. Okay, make sure it's nice and clean. If we have any more leftovers, we can just take it off. And we can continue working on it until it looks just the way we want. Make sure before you take it out that this one is all the way in the slot and also in here. Okay, this way we know that all the dowel is covered with sugar paste all around. Okay, if the legs are going to be close together or covered with long pants, we don't even have to make sure this part here is nice, right? Because it's going to be covered with the pants. If not, we can start also now with a little bit of vegetable fat to make it nice and smooth in this part. Okay? At this stage, the best thing to do is to put it in the freezer for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you can put it more if you want, but about 5-10 minutes, it will be hard like ice, and then it will be very easy for us to take it out and to make it nicer even here. Okay? The part will be stuck the most is this part of the leg, and again, when it's frozen, no problem. I will not put it in the freezer now, but I'll just show you. Let's say it was in the freezer. I'm opening my mold again, and I'm just taking it out. Okay, so you can see that this part is nice, and in here we have a little bit of a problem, right? So again, if we don't see this part, don't work on it too hard. If you do, you just take a knife, and it's really easy for us to take this off. And with the vegetable fat, you can make it smooth and nice, and it will look exactly the same way as the other part. Okay? We can see this leg here, it's already, which looks really nice for all around. Okay? So the way I did it is exactly like this. Put it in the freezer for 5-10 minutes, and then make it nice and smooth. Okay? If you have any questions, all of you, just ask me and I'll be more than happy to answer. If you want the legs to be with the shoes, so you don't need all of it, you just, when you take it off the mold, just cut it here and put the dowel all the way in the shoe. Okay, and then we'll have legs with the shoes. Okay, after you do both legs, you just put it in your cake. The dowel has to be all the way down into your cake. You put it all in your cake, and then with a cutter, you just cut one dowel. You can choose whatever dowel you want, and you just cut it out. Okay, we leave a little bit like this here, about 1/2 centimeter, so it will hold better in the body. Okay. After we did this, we're switching to the next part, which is the body. All the molds I'm going to show you now are from the kit. Okay, so we have the shoes, we have the legs, we have the body. Okay, so for the body, I'm taking some sugar paste, and again, I can put it just like this. But if I want to make sure it will not stick, then I'm putting a little bit of vegetable fat in the mold. In smaller molds like this or like the eyes, I never use anything. But since these are very deep and closed, it's better to be sure that it will not come out. So we can work either with vegetable fat or corn flour. Okay? The paste I'm working with is always the fondant of satin ice, just the fondant that I add CMC into it. CMC or Tylose or whatever you want, you can just add it to your sugar paste, and then it will be firmer and much. What? Okay. So it's just fondant with CMC. You can also work with other brands. Just find the one that's comfortable for you to work with. I'm making a bowl, making a sausage, and again open your mold a little bit so it will be easier for you to fill it. And once it's full, I'm taking either a knife or a knife tool and taking all the axes off. And again, if she's going to wear close, don't work too hard because it's going to be covered, so it's no use to just put the effort into it. If it's going to be shown, just with a little bit of vegetable fat, make the back nice and smooth. Okay? This one, also, if you put it in the freezer, it's easier for you to take it out. But even if you don't, then you just help it a little bit to come out. And it's coming out. And you have the body. Okay? Now, after you put it, you can also keep on playing with it and making it smooth if you want this to be shown. Now I want to put it in here. If I put it in here, again, it might misshape, right? Because it's not comfortable for me to work. So I'm taking another dowel, which is the same size of the dowel I used before, of this. And look at the side it has to go into, right? It has to be at this side. And once it's on the table and it's nice and comfortable for me to work, taking the dowel and rolling it gently into the body, making sure it will come out of the neck and not from the shoulder. Okay? And take it all the way out. Now I'm having, this hole here, which will help me. Just put it in here and let it go very smoothly inside. I want to make sure that it will not go down. So what I'm doing is just a little bit of water in here and on the dowel, and just 1 minute. So I will make it nicely. Just put it in its place. And we have the legs and the body ready for us to work. Okay? Again, I'm always saying so. If you want it nice, this is the right time to make it nice and smooth. All the parts that are going to be shown. Any questions? Yes, Karen? Okay. So this I'll put aside because normally what I do now, I'm waiting for the neck to get a little dry. If I put the head here, which is a little heavy, it will just make the neck go like this. Okay? So I'll put it aside. And I'm going to take this cake here, which already has exactly what I did. Okay? But I did it last night, so the neck is nice and firm. And now I'm going to start by doing all the clothing for her. I know that the legs and the shoes doesn't look right, right? You can see that the legs just end somewhere and the shoes start in another place. If it was supposed to stay like this, so I would, when it's still soft, I would make it nice and make it fit exactly, or maybe some socks or anything, something. But I want to do this kind of socks, maybe I make it a little furry. So I never have to worry about the stuff that are not going to be shown. Not because I'm lazy, but because I want you to keep your energy to the right things, okay? Sometimes you work on something 3 hours and then the time finishes and then you don't have eyes for the door. So keep your energy to what's going to be shown. Okay? Say okay.
Okay, yes.
Wait a minute, because we have a problem with the cake deco.
We have a problem with the cake deco?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know, we don't see that.
Okay. So we're waiting for the cake deco.